day everyone, so I'm back again and I hope you will still listen to what I'm going to discuss today. So again, I'm Lani J. Lisandra and I'm here to discuss about this module. So in this module, we were going to discuss or explain the three views in language teaching and learning. Second, the theories in language learning. The third is the components of English grammar and so on. So let's talk about the first view language is what we call structural view. The structural approach is based on the assumption that language teaching can best be done through systematic selection and grading of structures or sentence patterns. So a structural view is the view that language is a system of structurally related elements for the coding of meaning. The target of language learning is seen to be the mastery of elements of this system, which are generally defined in terms of phonological units, grammatical operations, and lexical items. So here comes the second one, which is the functional view. The functional view is that language is a vehicle for the expression of functional meaning, emphasizes the semantic and communicative dimension rather than merely the grammatical characteristics of a language, and leads to a specification and organization of language teaching content by categories of meaning and function rather than by elements of structure and grammar. So last but not the least, which is the interactional view, sees language as a vehicle for the realization of interpersonal relations and for the performance of social transactions between individuals. Language is seen as a tool for the creation and maintenance of social relations, focused on the patterns of moves, acts, negotiation, and interaction found in the conversations. Language teaching content may be specified and organized by patterns of exchange and interaction or may be left unspecified, to be shaped by the inclinations of learners as interactors. So let's proceed to the next topic wherein we are going to explain the theories in language learning. So the first one is the behaviorist theory. Behaviorism focus on the idea that all behaviors are learned through interaction with the environment. This learning theory states that behaviors are learned from environment and says that innate or inherited factors have very little influence on behavior. So the next theory is the cognitive theory. It's a psychological approach to understanding how the brain works. We can use cognitive theory to help us understand how human beings learn languages, whether this is a first language or a second language. Cognitive theory is grounded in the idea that individuals must first understand a concept before they can use language to express it. So the next is the social constructivism, teaches that all knowledge develops as the result of social interaction and language use, and therefore a shared rather than individual experience. Knowledge is additionally not a result of observing the world. It results from many social processes and interactions. So those that I've mentioned earlier are the four theories in language learning. So let's proceed to the English grammar and let's differentiate the 8 major components of the grammatical category, which are the noun, pronoun, adjective, verb, adverb, preposition, conjunction, and interjection. So as a student, we and future educators, we must know or familiarize the basic rule and also the grammatical category. First, let us define a noun. So basically, a noun is a name of person, things, animals, and etc. But also, you will know that it is a noun when nouns often appear after determiners such as that, those, this, and can appear after adjectives. A noun can also follow prepositions. So the next is the verb. In traditional way of defining a verb, it is an action word, but also we can say that it is A verb when there is a ing, ed, en, and s at the end of a word. So verbs can follow auxiliaries and modals. Verbs follow subjects and can follow adverbs also. So let's move on to the next, which is the adjectives. In the simple way of defining, adjectives is the describing a noun or a pronoun. But beyond that, we can find adjectives when it appears between determiners, and also it can follow the auxiliary. Not just that, but also adjectives can be inflected into a comparative form using er and superlative such as est. So let's proceed to the next, which is the adverb. Adverb is a word or an expression that generally modifies a verb, adjective, another adverb, determiner, clause, preposition, or sentence. They can be used comparatively and follow the word more. Adverbs typically don't take the prefix an. They can really appear pretty much anywhere else in the sentence. So next is a pronoun. A pronoun is a word that stands in for a noun, often to avoid the need to repeat the same noun over and over. Next is a preposition, is a word or group of words used before a noun, pronoun or noun phrase to show direction, time, place, location, spatial relationships, or to introduce an object. Some examples of preposition are words like in, at, on, off, and to. In grammar, a conjunction is a part of speech that connects words, phrases, or clauses. Examples are and, or, so, since, for, because, as, but, yet, still, while, as soon as, therefore, moreover, in case, though, although, and even though. And lastly is the interjection. Interjection is a word or phrase such as wow, that used to express a feeling or to demand something. Interjections are often used to express sudden bursts of emotion such as anger, shock, joy, or confusion. Examples are wow, bravo, oh my god, and so on. So let's proceed to the next topic, which is the prescriptive grammar. The term prescriptive grammar refers to a set of norms or rules governing how a language should or not should be used, rather than describing the ways in which a language is actually used. While the descriptive grammar is a set of rules about language based on how it is actually used. In a descriptive grammar, there is no right or wrong language. It can be compared with a prescriptive grammar, which is a set of rules based on how people think language should be used. So their differences is a descriptive dictionary is one that attempts to describe how a word is used, while a descriptive dictionary is one that prescribes how a word should be used. So the next topic, which is the diachronic linguistics. So basically refers to the study of language through different periods in history. Thus, it studies the historical development of language through different periods of time. This branch of linguistics is the diachronic linguistics. Second one is the synchronic linguistics, as also known as descriptive linguistics. Is the study of language at any given point in time, usually at present. However, this point in time can also be a specific point in the past. So, in a simple way, synchronic linguistics, also known as descriptive linguistics, is the study of language at any given point in time, while diachronic linguistics is the study of language through different periods in history. So the last topic that we were going to discuss is about the oral language. Sometimes it is called Spoken language includes speaking and listening, the ways that humans communicate with one another. Oral language skills provide the foundation for word reading and comprehension. They are the heart of listening and reading comprehension, serving as a predictor for both, while the written language refers to a language that is written down and used for recording events, ideas, and feelings. Written language is typically more formal, complex, and intricate than spoken language. It may contain longer sentences in complex tenses, and this is their differences. Verbal or oral communication takes the help of voice or spoken words to exchange ideas. On the other hand, in written communication, we choose words to interact with one another. So I'm done with the discussion of every topic. So I hope you guys learn something from it. Thank you.